guests today.
2 new guests.
Yeah. Hello guys.
Yeah,
so we've got Aaron flying over for Ireland from the weekend. And we got our guy Q. What are you saying, man?
I'm good, but I'm good.
No one's going to understand a thing Aaron says, to be fair.
No, I've learned to speak a wee bit slower, so you don't understand it.
I didn't understand you, to be fair, when I first met you. For like a good few months, I'd say. Like,
Whenever all these mates were up yesterday, all them boys from Birmingham, and I struggled to like keep up with them. I couldn't understand the majority of them. It was pretty hard going. Like,
what, for Birmingham?
Yeah.
Birmingham, everyone hates on the Birmingham accent, don't they? Like, I don't really.
It's one accent I don't like.
Really?
England, yeah.
The Brummie accent, isn't it? Brummie. It's just such a weird. It's just like downgrade of anyway. Just saying that, isn't it? Brummie.
Girls love the Northern Irish accent, though.
Relax, man.
They
love
do.
the London accent.
They what?
They love the London accent.
Yeah,
I think they do here. They do here
yeah.
up north. But like, even those girls on Thursday night, they were just like, "Oh, not Northern Irish accent. Oh, he's Irish. He's Irish." So all of them. So, I mean,
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
the girl with stinky breath.
Oh man, like Sean like spotted them looking from about maybe 15 yards away, and then Sean was like, "Go over and talk to them," and I was like, "Nah, you let them go over here," and Sean was like, "No, that's not how it goes." Mate, 30 seconds later they're stomping beside Sean like, so Sean's like introduces me to one of them, and mate, like from where she was standing with Sean, like at arm's length, yeah, 100% whatnot, ticked all the boxes. She got in close, mate. Oh no, you could strip the balls with that shit, like.
There's nothing worse. I don't think there's nothing worse than a bad breath. It's up there, I'd say.
I think they should have that shit regulated for like, see, coming into a club, not too drunk, no drugs, and your breath better not fucking stink.
You worked on the door, mate. You could have implemented that if you wanted to.
Well, I tried to, but didn't get the smell of everybody's breath. Fuck me, it was bad though. No, it was.
You went out on results night, didn't you, for like all the fucking A levels?
It was
you?
literally full of 18-year-olds.
You fucking. I bet you loved it, mate.
Yeah, well. No, literally, like the club was weird, wasn't it?
All kids, man.
No, they weren't even 18. Like a lot of them, I swear.
We just like picked different spots around the club to like stand and just point and laugh at people.
Yeah.
It was a funniest thing I think I've ever.
Black Rabbit.
Brooklyn Mixer. Do you remember some of the dancing that was in Brooklyn? I've never seen like white people trying to dance the R&B music and the way that these people were trying to do it. Like it was just.
There were guys that were on like their first ever night out, and they just like had YouTube videos of like how to dance in a club before, and it all like this.
Yeah, you both must have seen like some weird shit like when you're just working on the doors, like dark, like
young drinkers, innit? Can't handle their drink, man. A lot of drunk people on Thursday, man. Nobody was getting it.
Really?
Yeah, I had to kick out a lot of people. A lot of people dying on the floor as well, man. Then there's where they just lying on the floor acting like they're dead. I'm being serious, there's a lot of them on Thursday. But obviously, I ain't everybody's parents, man. I ain't their saviours. You understand? I'm gonna help certain people. If you're coming from my club, I can help you. If not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Looking at it now, like I don't know why I would get that fucked anymore. Like just not enjoyable.
That's not
like. Not
2 drinks and I'm good. I'm on water for the rest of the night.
Yeah, that's not me, to be honest. Literally.
But we were outside Fusion. We saw Darren Till.
Yeah, I literally woke up the next morning and I saw a picture and I was like, fucking hell, he must have changed his mind about it.
Yeah, you know, you fucking hate him actually. I didn't realise. He always says he hates him.
Mate, nah, to be fair,
You always say
to be fair, that there's two sides to it as well. Like there's just, I think that the one side does override it a wee bit, and it's the fact that if you've worked on, like, you've got yourself in that position, like that level, and there's still videos of you coming about like fighting on the streets against literally fucking like
kids,
and like the fight doorman is one thing, but then they go up to McDonald's and like fight a doorman from McDonald's. That's like, I don't know, it's like the difference in like, it's just bad, like this, and like him fighting at the top level in the biggest promotion in the world, and they go out and do that.
Yeah.
Like even somebody at an amateur boxing club goes out to the club and lifts their hands, like they're slated in a court, like that's you finished. And then for somebody like that to her to go out, like our money covers it up, it just doesn't make sense.
It's hard to, yeah. It's,
when you were like getting your Snapchat thing with him, I should have been like, no, Darren, look what he said. In a group chat with him, like, don't to what comes.
yeah, like I like went in the chat one time, like, oh, Darren Till's moving to middleweight, and everyone's like, oh, that's decent for him, and then I was like, fuck Darren Till.
No, but for serious, there was even a scout show walked up to, and just to try and put this the best way I can, I'll try and do the fucking accent that he did, but he literally walked up. Did you hear him? And he's like, fucking Darren, lad, like fuck John Jones and all that, Darren, lad, like you're the fucking man and all this here. And I was just looking at it like, does this cunt know he's coming off 2 straight losses? Like possibly the 2 worst finishes in his.
Literally everyone was just going up to him like, fuck Masvidal, innit? And Darren Till was just clearly just like,
Shut up.
Yeah. Proper bum, you know.
Oh, I don't know why he'd go out. I reckon he gets so many people just fucking berating him.
He was walking home, I think, to be fair, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was going home.
He was walking away from town.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem drunk or anything, I don't know. But he's out on a night out a lot, I assume.
I seen him a few times, especially whenever I was on the doors, and he seems that whenever he's sober and he catches him in the right sort of mood, he's 100%, he's down to earth. But I've seen like him as well with drink, and he's a completely different person.
Yeah. But the first thing I noticed was, I told you innit, I was like, I can't believe how short he is.
Yeah.
Like he's not short, but compared to everyone says he's like this massive fucking guy.
I was bigger than him.
He is a big guy, but he's not that tall. He's like 5'10".
In the photo, he didn't look that much taller than you. How tall is he? He's like
he's
6
short,
foot.
he's
Eh?
shorter than us.
He's like 6. He's like 6 foot.
He's
eh?
not 6 foot.
Really?
He's
I'm
definitely
6'1",
not
and he was a good bit shorter
Yeah,
than me.
Really?
Yeah, he was.
But he's like wide, isn't he? Like he's more wide, isn't he?
Yeah, he's quite big, but he's like tall, no. But I was thinking, if he's not that tall, how tall is like? I thought Cerrone was tall,
yeah.
He's shorter than him.
That's where you'd be surprised. Like, did I show you the picture of that that strongman that was on the Joe Rogan?
Yeah, the
There's a
massive.
picture of him beside Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's like your normal.
No, Joe Rogan's short though.
Yeah, but
he's
he's like
5'9".
5'9". Yeah, he's like 5'9".
He's
Like, he's like
5'9".
200 pounds. Like he's just stocky.
He's
Yeah.
jacked, and then this guy standing beside him looks about 6'3", 6'4", and then in a different photo, that same fella is with Eddie Hall the next day. I mean, Eddie Hall looks like he just multiplying by 3.
Eddie Hall's a fucking giant. You know Eddie Hall?
Yeah.
Man, he must be about 7. He has to be over 7 foot.
He's not 7 foot.
He has. You see the size of him in that
7
photo?
foot wide probably, but he's not 7 foot tall.
What is he? Like 6'9"? He has to be
Like
about
6'8" probably.
Like what's the mountain? How big is he?
He has to be 7 foot.
No, I think the mountain's like 6. I want to say he's like 6'6", 6'7" maybe. Is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
No way, it has to be bigger. You see the picture of him or the video of him and McGregor?
Yeah, but McGregor's like
McGregor's
5'9". Like he's like my height.
And on camera they make everyone look bigger. Like in
He
Game
was
of Thrones
definitely,
and shit.
but even at 5'9", he was definitely a foot bigger than him.
I haven't.
See, whenever he puts his hands on him, like that's whenever you realise the size difference. Whenever he puts his hands on him, like you realise, like, I think whenever the two of them are moving about, you're like, alright, fair enough. But then the mountain gets like over the top, like, and you just realise like McGregor disappears underneath this fucking mountain of it, literally the
The
mountain.
mountain and the McGregor, what happened between them?
They just had like a little sparring thing, but the Mountain didn't even do anything. Just kind of like tried grabbing him, and McGregor was just kind of like walking down, just like doing little shots to the body. Just the guy, Mountain was just kind of letting him. Really,
I didn't see this.
it's just like a couple-minute video, innit, on YouTube.
No, it was just for the Mayweather fight. It was just like hyping himself up.
Yeah.
The way with
So he was just releasing ridiculous videos.
So then you two went out, and then fucking what happened to you then?
Well, I don't remember. No, I remember I wasn't drunk. Well, I actually wasn't drunk. I just drank a normal amount. And then I went back to Q's, and I just remember smoking.
you had a
for
key
about.
spliff, that was it, bro.
I literally remember smoking. I'm pretty sure I was smoking for about 5 seconds, and That's
Two calls
it.
and it was finished.
I honestly don't know what's in
Honestly,
that thing. It was
woke up like
fucking
my
really-
cab's outside. I'm like, what cab?
No,
Open
God
the
help
door.
him. Like, oh bless him, he really did try. Like
Nah,
he
he did
was
that. I'm like, what cab door
absolutely-
is it? And then he tried to open the door for him. He stood outside, I'm like, you alright, brother? He's like, yeah, I'm alright. Next minute he sat down outside in the rain and that. I'm like, you good? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, hey, come away from the door though, please.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and I was like, I
please,
shifted over to like, the next house.
I've never seen somebody that like couldn't get their forehead out from underneath, like. In
I was
between
even
their
like,
two
you put
feet.
your phone in your pocket, your phone's getting wet. My man just does this with his phone, puts it underneath his leg.
The funniest thing is though that like you kept trying. Every time you were kicked out, like you kept ordering taxis, and taxis would pull up, and like
Oh,
I'd be
yeah,
like trying to give Sean a bit of water, he'd be like just completely obliterated.
I remember saying sorry
man.
to one of the cabbies that pulled up.
You're trying to pull up
Because in my head, I was actually thinking straight, but I just could not control my body or anything. It was fucking really weird. It happens every time I
He's
smoke
pulled
weed.
up, and he like looked out over he put the window down, and looked out over it, and he was like, "Is that for him, mate?" And I was all, yeah, and he was all, "Nah, just don't want something, I'm sorry."
Yeah, I could hear you just like speaking and the cabbie speaking. In my head, I'm just like, there's no way I can get in that cab.
That
I
literally.
was just inside smoking a spliff.
He just observed.
You said you were bad though, but just compared to me, you
I
just
wasn't
didn't
bad.
do it.
I was just floating.
But that literally reminded me of the time you were at mine years ago when you like passed out in my front garden, and me and Fraser had to literally pick him up. The first cab wouldn't let him in, and then fucking
Oh, that was just alcohol, wasn't it?
yeah, that was just alcohol.
It's like one of the only times of alcohol, purely just alcohol, I've been like terrible.
I had like about 15, 16 people around. We had like a little gathering, and we were all getting smashed. And I made this fish bowl in it, and we put like a hot, like I'd say about 3/4 of like a vodka bottle, put like cranberry juice, put like loads of shit, and then I'd say about 13 of us just got a straw and just started drinking it, and he just started drinking bare of it, and then I'd say about 40 minutes later, I just hear him just fucking running into my fence in it, and just kept doing it, and everyone was trying to. There was like 3 of us trying to stop him, like just fucking stop, and he was just fucking. He ran it down, innit? Knocked the fucking fence down,
I
and
literally
then
have no
passed
recollection.
out. Like you threw up in it. Did you throw up?
I think we had to get out the first cab and I threw up and I got in another one.
Mate, that was crazy.
The only recollection I have of that night is you coming over with the fish bowl when I was sitting down and going, "Do you want some?"
It's like the hangover, innit? It's like the
I
hangover.
remember waking
Sean's
up.
like Alan, like the wild card.
Yeah, literally, you just fucking were messy. That was mad.
I can count on one hand how many times I've literally been in a bad state. But when I am in a bad state, it's very bad.
Yeah, seen that.
Yeah, that was weird.
I'm actually sort of. It was that bad where I didn't want to. I wouldn't actually do that. I wanted to take a picture of him. But now
I was actually
Yeah.
surprised you didn't have a Snapchat. You had that shit out 24/7.
I looked outside the queue. I was just sitting there enjoying myself, just chilling. The queue's like, "Yo, go look after your boy." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Look outside." And I was like, "Fuck." So I looked out. And Sean's just like finishing being sick. His face is just glowing, like his eyes just aren't there. I've never seen it. I found it.
Proper look pale, man.
I was sick like 20 times, I think. Honestly.
It's horrible.
How did you actually get it?
A cab
Third time
pulled
I
up. I don't
went
remember
wrong.
ordering all these cabs. A cab just pulled up and I just got in it. And I remember being in the cab thinking, just don't throw up, don't throw up, don't throw up. And I finally made it. But yeah, cheers for not taking any pictures. If it was the other way around, I wouldn't have taken any either.
That is such fucking bollocks. You actually missed a massive opportunity, you know. You did.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
That's alright. It's alright.
You just got to get him fucked again.
Mate, we're on holidays in a few weeks, and I think he's safe now, you know.
What are you doing for that? You don't know yet, do you?
I'm just going to book it when I get appointments.
What are you doing?
I've got an appointment tomorrow.
Are you doing both? Are you doing one or are you doing...
Well, hopefully I'll be able to do both. But I'll definitely be able to do one because it'll only be one day that I can't do. And you're going away for like 5 days. So
We're going for the week.
So worst case scenario, I just won't be able to go to like Barcelona or Amsterdam. I'll
Right.
just book to go.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I can't get it off.
You can't get it off.
There's too many people. booked it off.
Really? Oh shit, fair enough.
Amsterdam is live.
Yeah.
Alright, Sean.
Yeah, you're missing out. You're flake. Wait, you are number one flake at the moment.
Yeah.
Flake
Yeah, I can't trust you for shit.
Yeah, you're unreliable. Q felt that one.
It's deep.
That's not nice.
Oh,
True though.
I'm
I'll
sorry.
accept it.
Fuck it, man. I'm there for the good things. That's it. I mean, for the things that matter.
It's an acquired trait though, to be able to manage yourself for a fight night, especially like I remember in boxing, and it was a pile. I always watched it on the Sunday morning. Never was able to stay up.
Yeah, it happens, isn't it? Like, fucking, we fell asleep for the Holloway Edgar. I couldn't stay for that.
It's the same. That's why I don't think I enjoyed it. But the ones where you go to sleep and you wake up at about 1.
Yeah,
And
it's
you're
just,
awake.
you know what it is? It's actually, like, I've realised in the last few months how long it is, like, the fights are so late. Like, it's so heavy to just do now these days, just to stay up, like, that whole night.
What, for the UFC?
Yeah, man.
Because it fucks you up for like multiple days.
Watch it in the
If
morning,
you
man.
don't do it,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
But it's just that in the morning you're always going to see the results. There's like
Yeah,
no way
don't put nothing on TV. Don't check your phone or nothing. Just as soon as you wake up, watch it. That's what you should do.
That's what I do.
That's what I do with like when it's like when Game of Thrones was thingy, was still popping.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do literally when it was at the episode and it was Sunday night and it. Obviously, I'm working them times. This and literally as soon as I wouldn't check my phone like for any like multimedia, any social media in it. As soon as I come home from work, straight away pull it on, watch it. Nobody's told me shit.
I don't know how you stream the UFC like straight away, because Game of Thrones, like, they put it up, don't they, on the
Yeah.
platform, whereas UFC, you stream it, but after it's finished,
You
there's no
can't
way
get, yeah, there's no way you can
And
get
if you
it.
Google UFC, it's just going to come up with all the fucking results.
The only way you get it is if someone early, like, puts on, like, highlights
How
and
about
shit.
the
Like,
UFC passes? I swear, you wouldn't do
UFC fight pass.
yeah, like, I think you can, like, I was saying to you earlier, like, I think on the UFC Fight Pass that you can watch like the whole replay, but it's not like individual fights. It's like the whole main card.
Yeah,
I think they put it on like day after.
Yeah, I found it on the app as soon as you said it. I went off the phone and found it.
It's I remember I did it for one of them years ago where I didn't watch the fights, and then just in the morning I just watched it on Fight Pass, like just on a replay.
Yeah.
But you know, I stayed up for this one because I was fucking. Like, I drank so much coffee last night.
Did Diaz win?
Yeah, man.
My guy.
Yeah, they're going to do him against
Masvidal, mate.
Oh.
Oh, that's rough going.
I
I
wonder what
think.
Masvidal knockout. I wonder what the odds would be for that.
I think.
That'll be the most common odd, I reckon.
You think so?
Yeah, Masvidal's going to be favourite. Like,
Yes,
pretty
and
heavy.
yet they've never been knocked out. Like surely the bookies have to.
Maybe
give
not
it-
knockout, but he'll be favourite to win. Like,
No, I
considerable.
do him straight up knockout.
I'd say you do that as a main event.
If
You
it's
have, you have to do
rounds,
5
to.
rounds, man.
If it's 5 rounds, he'll knock him out.
You have to do
Some
5
Or
rounds.
it's a co-main event to be fair, because it's not necessarily for a belt, but
No, but
They could do an interim for that.
is Colby not
Oh, they
interim?
fuck-
Because
do you know
Masvidal
what?
was
They
like
fucking
going for
could,
a
you
title
know.
shot, so if they don't give him a title shot, they give him Diaz. I reckon.
Yeah, but
they
there
give
ain't a
him
reason
interim.
to give someone an interim belt. Like the only reason they'll do that is to put that as a 5-round fight, and it would be to put.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't. I can't see them putting that on a main event, like just them two. Even though they should, I think they would draw in massive numbers.
Or you can just put it as a co-main before Usman.
But you have to have it 5 rounds. You have.
Oh,
I think you
yeah,
have to have it
5
5
rounds.
rounds. No, they're not. They're 3, bro.
No, they're not.
They are, well, it's only a co-main title fight or so, whatever.
Like I didn't mind Diaz and Pettis being 3 rounds because I knew Pettis would kind of fade a little bit. He just does from pressure fighters.
Yeah, that's why I actually give Pettis more of a chance because it was 3 rounds, but I think Nate done very well.
Well, Nate fucking
The pressure was there.
He knocked him down. He fucking. I thought he finished him. I thought he was gonna finish him in the end, but Pettis survived well and scrambled well.
Mm.
But the fights were fucking sick. To be fair, they were alright.
Yeah, Stipe.
That fight was fucking weird. Cormier, I
Yeah,
thought
like
Cormier was actually butchering him. For
Yeah, the first
15
3
minutes.
rounds.
If he
yeah.
didn't finish him, there was no doubt that he was losing the decision. I
thought it was easily
I
winning.
know it was in the 4th round, but still.
He just started gassing him.
Did Stipe, do you even give Stipe a round?
No, I didn't.
But then as soon as that 4th round hit, and he hit him with 1 body shot. I thought, fuck.
The only
and then
one-
you saw him hit another body shot, and you go, oh shit. He
Yeah.
just
when
kept doing
when
it.
he hit like 3, I was like, right, he's gonna start like defending these.
Yeah.
And then he kept doing 1, and then another one, and then another one, and I was like, he needs to block these like soon, like.
Yeah.
And then it literally just happened. Like it kind of just happened. he just finished him. And I was like, oh shit.
Those body shots were nasty.
You could just hear the rip on him.
I've never seen him do that either. I've never seen him do a body shot like that.
That was
genius.
I didn't hear that in the corner as well to say body shots.
No,
I didn't hear that once. Like that was him on his own back.
See the
That's
DC with the
amazing.
MA pokes and whatnot as well. Like,
Yeah, that was the-
No, the worst one was the Romero one. Did you see the Romero and Costa?
Kick to the balls.
No, the eye poke.
Oh, right, no, then.
Who I poked?
Romero eye poked Paulo Costa. Mate, it was one of them ones where like it just went into his eye and like pushed his eyelid up. It was one of them. Like it's just so nasty, man. Like.
But with all the adrenaline, they literally just don't give a fuck, do they?
Yeah, but like,
still,
man,
even
there's
with
some
the adrenaline, it doesn't
dirty
stop you being
ones.
blinded, like, for...
They're the worst
Yeah.
things, I think, the eye pokes. They just fucking, they make my eyes go funny.
There's nothing you can do to stop it though, unless you just leave the glove all the way to the end.
Yeah, there is actually nothing you can do.
Yeah, but in the new rules, you're not allowed to extend the hand, the fingers.
Yeah,
They
but,
all
but
fucking do it.
in fights, like when you're like just fighting, you just kind of naturally just do it. You just poke.
Like
your
Jones
fingers.
and Gustafsson, they just
It's
have
it's
their
just
hands
it's just
up.
like for distance to just get away from, like so they
Yeah.
not on in punching range.
So they literally like hold each other, don't they? Sometimes when they both do it, and they'll like grab hands consistently.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so weird. Like Cormier literally does that entire time.
Like McGregor, like when he's like he goes like that, he grabs the hands in it to come in with like a hook or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Ferguson. I feel like
Ferguson does
those
it.
on off his back too with the elbows. Like he'll chop an arm and throw an elbow.
No.
Ferguson off his back. I've never. Is there anybody else that does more damage off their back than Ferguson?
Diaz did fucking quite a bit last night on Paris. He got some really good.
Yeah, but I mean, like you look. You ever seen that picture of Ferguson's like last 8 opponents?
Yeah, I have actually.
Oh, what? And they're just all bloody
All
up to
just
shit.
butchered. Like it's
Because he uses elbows. As soon as you put the elbows in it, it just cuts your face open.
Yeah.
He's the best lightweight, I think. As like
Ferguson?
from an eye test, like from seeing him, like I just think he's the best lightweight at the moment. He's a savage. But I forgot what I was gonna say before.
But yeah.
Who did you have winning Romero Costa?
That was hard, man. I kind of gave Costa the first. Like the second one was a bit tough to call. I gave Costa the first, and I gave Romero the third. It was just the second
I gave
one.
Costa the second. I thought it was 2-1.
It was just Costa done more, but like Romero got more damage. Like that's what it was.
You think?
Yeah.
I think the opposite.
No, I don't.
Romero had more
Romero
strikes.
busted him up at the end, man, in the third round. Like how many shots? You should see how like.
Yeah, but none of them were like that impactful.
Yeah, but he busted him up. No, there was some that he busted him up. Like he was just. It was weird. Like when you were watching it, did you find it weird that he had like his mouth out the whole time with his tongue? He was like.
Yeah. Whenever Costa hit him, he just put his tongue out to him, wouldn't it?
Oh, it was so
and then
funny.
Costa started doing it back to him, and it was just fucking.
Costa was
strange.
just like ripping it back, and then Romero was like.
It was literally
Like,
so strange.
That's a bit like that's a beat fight I watched that today. I noticed like what do you call the guy, the short fella they fought. Blow.
Who was that guy?
Oh, Kyle Botniak.
Botniak.
No.
And like he starts sticking his tongue out, and then at the end you see the beat sticking his tongue out, and you're like, as soon as the beat does it, you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like the two of them just
If
sticking
you're
their
punching
tongues
someone in the
out.
head so much and then they just start sticking their tongue out, I suppose it's just like, yeah, fuck you.
Imagine you stuck your tongue out and somebody punched you like directly on the tongue. Like you imagine that being pressed back into your teeth.
What do you
You're
do?
There's a good chance you lose half a tongue. You know what I mean?
That's true, actually.
Just keep that tongue in the mouth. Or if you get uppercutted, your tongue's gone.
Yeah, 'cause if you get uppercut, the teeth just bite.
That reminds me of lads on a holiday. It's like bacon. I don't eat bacon no more, but it's a story about when I used to eat bacon. I remember one time on holiday, parents, Skegness, whatever, eating a bacon sandwich, and I loved it. Bit my tongue in it. I just see a piece of my tongue fall onto the table.
Oh.
Bit a hole in my tongue, just a little chunk come out the table. Massive hole. Killed, fam. Anyway, continue with your story.
No, that's horrible. That's one
It
of.
was painful.
I'd say that, and then you know when you step on a plug.
Oh.
Oh man.
Let me add another story to that. Holiday again, Skegness. This was like what the same trip as well, you know. Hey, I had a few injuries on this trip. What is it? You know, BB guns back in the days.
Yeah.
You know, you can get the potato spud ones.
Yeah.
Remember them spud ones? Yeah. So obviously our parents would let us have the real BB guns in it because the plastic bullets and all that in it hurt each other. So they bought us them spud ones in it. So me and my cousin Juicy, innit, playing with the spud ones, going behind the caravans and all this shit, trying to chase each other, innit, shooting up each other. Obviously me now, I've shot him, innit, and then he's come after me, innit, so I've ran. Gone behind one caravan, obviously the caravan's like, I don't know what the people must have been doing, like with wood and all this, innit, but there's nails sticking up out the wood, innit. So imagine me, 10-year-old Q running,
Did it go through your foot?
But the woods, the plank, I had to walk to my mum with the plank still in my foot. It was like skis, bro. Because I was scared to pull it out. You know when you're a kid like that, you just want your mum, bro. You're scared to pull it out. I think if I pull it out, it's just gonna piss out with blood. So I'm like, no, leave it. So me and my cousin, innit, we're like this. I'm hopping back with the wood still in my foot, innit. So I just go like, what is it? Yeah, I remember painful. My mum in the end, innit, she's like, I've got to take off your shoe. I'm like, no, leave my shoe. She's like, so how am I gonna get it out? I'm like, just pull it out. She's like, yeah, let me pull it out, but I'll take off your shoe as I pull it out. No. Alright, bro, she took off my shoe and pulled it out, innit. I just remember screaming. Obviously, I just had like a hole in my leg, like a hole in my foot, innit. But it was calm, but I couldn't like stand on my foot for time, innit. But yeah, painful, man. Painful.
I remember listening to something the other day with Patrice Evra, and he was saying that like he was playing like in the youth team or something, and he got an injury where he got like a hole in his foot. Like some guy like had his studs and it went through his foot, so he couldn't play like this important game or whatever to get him into like, I think like the first team or whatever. And so he went to, someone suggested to him to go to the butcher's and put a bit of chicken in and fill the hole in it. Apparently, I swear down, like it was
some crackhead.
And then like apparently he played fine. Like apparently he can walk on it when he like had the stud in there. But apparently when he put the chicken in or something like to fill the gap, he was able to like walk on it. Yeah,
out of everything, fucking something that rocks.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Mate,
like,
I just put cotton bud.
I don't know. You have to ask him. Right?
What's wrong with a good fucking plaster? Do you know what I mean? Go and get
It's
some
a
chicken.
hole, man. What's
It's a hole in it. Plaster ain't gonna do shit. Like.
Yeah, chicken.
I think it's
take
chicken.
A plaster
You have
over
to,
chicken.
I might be wrong. Like it's something like that, but it's on his Instagram. He was telling the story about it on like a Q&A, and I was like, raw, like. And
he actually went and got the chicken.
Yeah, he went to the butcher's.
To go and be stupid.
Are you checking it, Sean?
Go on, Patrice Evra.
Yeah, chicken fillet.
What?
Yeah, chicken fillet it was, yeah.
Is that in the
A
song?
chicken fillet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Madman.
I could actually see that you're saying there about that nail through the.
Nah, it was painful, man.
That's like the most common injury I'd say that's picked up around building sites, like even in our yard. My mate's wee brother was in there about 2 weeks ago. We were clearing up down the back, and I left him with one of the workers to go up and do something in the office. But I came back down, and the worker was like to me, he's like this Romanian fella. So he was like, did Mr. Jack tell you what happened with his shoe? He says no, I haven't. And so he was wearing trainers, and he stepped on a broken pallet. And the nail just went up right through the middle of his toes. Just missed all skin. You know, went straight up through like the middle of his toes, I guess, like fucking 4-inch nail.
It was lucky, fam.
Straight through the toes.
At least mine was like through the like actual foot. If it was my toes, I feel like the toes like that far. It's like your fingernails, but when you fucking
Like a chicken skewer.
What is it like when you get like and your fingernail on it?
Oh, like a splinter.
But it's in between your fingernail one. Oh my gosh.
Under the nail.
Yeah, that is the most painful shit, fam. That is the most painful shit.
Like it's getting it out. It's whenever it goes in is one thing, and then it's trying to get that shit out. I think that's happened to me once. Once. Oh, sore.
Yeah, like when you get like sharp pains like that, like biting your tongue or like stepping on a plug, it's just like a proper sharp like pain in it. It's like that, and then you're just like, and then it just calms down straight away. But you still like that initial pain is just like, it's just.
Or kicking corners in your house, walking about in your socks. My wee toes have took up.
Really? You got a few of them.
Yeah, you hit the baby toe like at the corner of the bed or something, like it's painful.
Have you told Q my bad comment over there?
You're bad.
No, I said save it for the podcast.
You're bad.
When we were pre-drinking.
Oh, what was that bad comment? So, using the toilet there at the minute, but Q.
Fucking stupid.
I was getting ready here whenever I got off the plane, and Sean down to get drinks. But whenever he came back up, I had gigs on.
Right.
Sean was like, so I had used this bastard Q. So the all night, whenever I arrived here, I was getting ready and put gigs on.
Yeah.
Sean arrives in with the beers and gets changed, and he's like, "Oh, is that your mate Q? Yeah,
As in gigs.
yeah."
Oh yeah.
And then
We sound alike.
Is that a compliment?
I don't know. Do we sound alike?
Gigs is like.
I'll take it as a
don't listen to
compliment.
gigs.
If you think so, I'll take it as a compliment.
But,
Gigs is sick.
from what I can remember as well, like whenever you were telling me on night off that night out, music you were playing, the new
the new
tracks
stuff,
that are
yeah,
coming
yeah.
out, mate.
Safe, man, safe.
Tell you what, even though
See
I'm
the beats on the
even though
lyrics and whatnot, that bangs, like it was unreal. I was just sitting there like it was, you know, like one of them where it's like a mood setter.
yeah,
Like I when you
just get the
release
right
this
tune in it.
We've got one coming out end of the month, and then for the Fetty Wap, I'm gonna release one just before
You
that.
want to really like do it at the concert or do it just before and then do
I'll
it
probably
at the
release the
concert?
video just before so that I can build a little hype.
Do a music video for it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So like, obviously we're going on holiday, but obviously the big thing you've got coming up, man, is supporting Fetty Wap. Well, Fetty Wap supporting him, innit? Yeah. Are you excited, man? So obviously the planning
I'm excited.
the Olympia, innit? What day is it? September 20th, innit?
20th of September, yeah, Friday night.
Excited.
Of course, man, of course, I'm excited still. Look, I'm not even nervous or nothing like that, man. I will just go on stage, shut it down, go home, smoke a spliff, go sleep. That's my plan, man.
So how did you like get hearing about it? Like, how did you get asked?
Basically, one of my boys, you know, QD,
Yeah.
one of the guy that's like the guy that's promoting the event, the guy that's been bringing Fetty Wap down, he knows him personally, innit?
Right.
So he must have been just chilling with him one day, having I think they was going for coffee or so, I don't even know. You know what Arabs are like, man. So chilling with him one day, and then he must have mentioned it about always looking to bring down Fetty Wap, and then he asked him, innit, like, oh, if he knows any good Liverpool artists, like local artists that he can have supporting him. Because he said he's got then obviously he's got 2 already in it, but he needed 1 more. So QD must have showed him about me, and then showed him some of my tracks. Just like, yeah, I like him, innit? Give me his number, give him a call. Obviously me, I was asleep, finished work, I was asleep, got a call now, unknown number. I don't pick up no number, numbers I don't know in it. So I've not answered the call, just left it. Then got another call from the number, didn't answer it again. And then QD rang me and he's like, yo, pick up your phone, man. I'm like, bruv, I did. As in, I did pick up the phone, he just rang me. He's like, nah, man, my boy's gonna, he's gonna ring you now, I want to speak to you about something. It's like, good news, pick it up, innit? So I was like, cool. So the guy rang me back again, told me who he was, and then he was like, what is it, just want to speak to you about, I'm bringing Fetty Wap down, I just want to know if he wants to perform. I'm like, 100%. You know the ones where you're like half asleep and you like sleep in bed and then you get up like, yo, yeah bro, 100%. You gotta make your voice sound manly, like put some chest into it. But nah, I was like, yeah, 100%. And he was like, obviously I'll speak to you more about it. And I was like, obviously, yeah, but I'm down to do it. And let me know. Then obviously I rang QD back. I was like, bruv, is he chatting shit or is he being for real? You know them ones that people talking.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, nah, he's the one that bought, because he's bought Fat Joe down before and Sean Paul down before, innit? And then he was gonna bring 6ix9ine down, but obviously 6ix9ine got arrested. Got arrested at the station at the airport, didn't he? So he's like, obviously this is the one that he's doing instead, innit? So I was like, yeah, definitely. Then obviously it was meant to be in May. But obviously his
that's right, yeah, it was supposed to be in May, wasn't it?
But
that's the thing that really messed us over, because that holiday was always planned for that, but we thought we'd get to this anyway in May, and then
it just landed on the wrong week.
that's calm. But obviously Fetty Wap, we were doing album, I don't know an album, we were doing, I don't know, he was doing some promotion himself in it, so we had to hold it back. He's pushed it back to now, so yeah. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously I'm just gonna do my thing, and that's all I'm trying to do.
That's it, man.
I don't care about Fetty Wap, to be honest. Obviously, Fetty, you're sick on that if you ever hear this. But I'm not there for you, man. I'm there for me. You get me?
yeah,
I'm sure you're gonna smash it, man.
Yeah, man. Obviously, gonna bring out Nat as well, and I'm gonna bring out one younger who I think is hard. called Ace, but I don't know if you don't know him. He's from Manchester, but I think he's sick, so I'm gonna bring him out as well, man. Try and put some people on.
Like another rapper as well. Yeah. That's the thing. Like in Liverpool, it's like I say, like to you, it's like you think more when you think of Liverpool, you think of like the Beatles and like all like indie bands, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now it's like more like you're opening it up a little bit of rap and grime.
You see how you're saying that? Obviously, the whole 30 Waps in Gear, but I'm trying to do I got my own little one coming up on the 30th of August, and that's like
the open mic thing, innit? Yeah.
With that one, I'm trying to bring like all Liverpool. Like you see how you're saying Liverpool's just Beatles, singers. That's what you think about when you think about Liverpool music scene. So obviously that's what I'm trying to do there, trying to bring a few artists from Liverpool that have like not just rappers and grime and that kind of stuff, but spoken word, poets. What is it? I got what's the word I'm looking for? Guitar. That's the word. I got a couple singers coming, so like I'm just trying to like bring like artists, like creatives together with Liverpool, and actually try and not one of them ones where it's like, oh, I do music, because I don't want nobody else to be better than me. I'm just gonna do my music and not care about anybody. You get what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel like in Liverpool right now. There's only what A-Star, Trems, and them two. Obviously, no disrespect, but I don't rate them. You understand me? I don't rate them like that. And then, like with A-Star, when I did that video and he put on his Snapchat like whose nephews are these, like for him to be doing that kind of thing, I just feel like you're moist for that. You understand me? Like, calm and be like. And then when you first started doing your music, you was just there with one of your friends on the camera, and you were just rapping in it. So why are you gonna mock somebody else that's just coming from that same position? You understand me? Obviously, one day my little videos will turn into a movie, but right now they just look at videos. But obviously, for me, it's like in order for this area to get heard, it's better for if it's like 10 people making noise from the scene rather than just one person. Or if it's just one person, they're not gonna want to listen. You understand me? But if it's like, let's say you got 10 artists from Liverpool and they're like sick, they got a good fan base. Other places are gonna want to take notice. Like, wow, who are these artists in Liverpool, bro? Whereas if it's just one guy, they're like, oh, Liverpool just got that one artist, we don't really care. Yeah, let's go to Birmingham or Manchester, or you get what I'm saying, where it's closer.
You need that like variety.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's what the open mic for is.
That's what I'm trying to do, and obviously if it goes well, bringing other artists, and then try and bring like a big name and try and make the night into like every like couple months, and try and get into something where it's actually like a night where you know it's like where people are coming down from all over, and then obviously if it gets bigger than that, try and take it to other cities. But yeah, that's my plan. But obviously the first one, we'll see how it goes. I've got a couple artists coming down. I've got 20 something people that said yeah they're gonna come through perform, but I'll say 15 will come. Get me? Because I know people let you down, so it should be a good night, man.
Is that a bit like the open mic night that we went to
my
in London?
birthday.
Like that?
Oh yeah, it's the one in London.
You and QD performed on it?
Yeah,
and
that
was,
one. See,
like,
that's
there was some
like that.
decent.
That's what I'm saying. And you see that kind of
in
environment where you felt comfortable. And you see what I'm saying? That was a good night.
Chilled out.
That's what I'm saying. Chilled. You meet some good people. You know what I'm saying?
There's some quality of that there to be fair. Even some of them still remember.
You could probably find so many talented people like in them like local shows, because like imagine if you saw like Eminem, like you ever seen the 8 Mile film where he's like just performing, like imagine if you were there like we're just watching him just
that's what I'm, bro, you gotta think about it, like people don't realise that. See, this is what I say is some people like, okay cool, look at Stormzy for example. Like I remember seeing Stormzy rapping when he was like 16 years old, bro, and it was little Stormzy with his picky hair, little Adidas fucking jumper on, rapping spitting his art out, you understand me? And then now, what, man's like 20, 25, 26 now? That's 10 years. Stormzy's only been big, what, 4 years, 3-4 years now?
Yeah, he's been grinding like for them.
That's what I'm saying, but people haven't heard of him for the last 4 years, but people think like, right, it's just gonna be like that, you understand me? But bruv, in my head it's like these, like, you see like these local shows I've been doing right now, when it, like cool, the Fetty Wap one, that's the big one. The Manchester one I did, that's the big one, you get me? But these other little ones in between that I do where it's like 20 people come through, 30 people come, like you get what I'm saying, them ones, they're the ones that are going to make. So when you go to these big ones,
it prepares you for it,
you know like,
it's just the reps you have to get in.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's the way I see it. It's like, I remember my first ever show, I stood there like looking at the crowd like shit. And there was only like 20 people, but I shit myself. The lights were in my eyes, I was just like boy. I'm like, hey DJ, I beg you start it again. One of them ones where it's like, I was just like, bro, literally I spent like my first 2 bars here, then I forgot a bar and I just looked at the bar like, then obviously started it again. I still wasn't comfortable, I was forgetting a few bars, but then now it's like, I'll do a show and it's just having fun, like I don't even get nervous anymore, like, let me, like, when they first told me, oh, you're on next, I'm like, alright, cool, remember your bars. But as soon as I get that mic and then step on the stage and that, it's just like, bro, it's just like I'm in my bedroom, just rapping to myself, doing my own thing. I'm not even caring about the fans in it. Like, I'll concentrate and like, say if I see somebody dancing there, I'll look at that person dancing and just buzz off them. Get me? I won't care about nobody else, you know, understand me? But that's the way it is. But now, I don't know, man. I just want to make it with this music thing and Liverpool and that. I just want to make it so that everybody will have that little comfort space. You understand? That's what I want to give them. So, like, say maybe you might have like that little thing where you think I'm alright at singing, but I don't know. I'm not confident to go out there and thinking this is why I want this open mic night to be, where you can come there, you can feel comfortable because the people there are just musicians. There's people that want to hear your craft in it, not people that are going to be like, oh, you're shit, you're this, you're that, you get me, oh, no, fuck off, you get what I'm saying? It's just going to be people that are going to be there, listen. They might not like it, but they're not going to be that. They'll give you positive criticism, you understand me, where they'll make you feel, okay, you need to go work on this, work on that. Not them ones where it's like, your shit, don't do this again. That's what I want it to be like. I want to give people that space where they can come there. And you never know, you might unearth the next fucking Adele, the next Ed Sheeran, you never know. You might unearth the next Biggie, the next Tupac.
Yeah,
but we'll see, man.
That's the thing though, like you said about like experience and like success, like people just think it's instant success, but because we know you and we know how many like shows you do and shit, and like how many like times you perform like in front of like 10 people and that, people don't see that, like.
Trust me.
It takes years.
We always talk about Hardy.
Yeah, like, cause that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, because I you weren't there, were you?
No, I saw him like a few times, but he went to our like sixth form.
I remember in like year 7, 8, so he was only like 12 to 18, and he was always behind the walls at lunchtime.
Oh yeah.
Filming, doing their rap stuff. That was when YouTube like first came out,
yeah.
And they started putting these. There was like a rap channel on YouTube where they uploaded,
yeah.
And then I don't know what happened to him though, like how he got from there to where he is now.
Like, it's just what we're saying though.
Probably
we don't see him. Like,
literally, you do them local shows and then you might go to do one show where you see somebody, that person like, boom, alright, cool. Let me make you a supporting act.
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying? Like this for me, that's why I see this for me right now. Like, say these local shows have been doing it, somebody's seen it, right, he's actually got good stage presence, he's actually alright on stage, innit? Cool, let me make him a form act for 50. Like, say if I didn't do none of these little shows, my man could have heard my music, but like, oh, your music is alright, but can you perform? And then I go on stage and perform at 50 and I just stand there like, what the fuck? I've never done this shit before, oh my gosh. And just shit it all, flap it. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But whereas I've got shit, like I've performed, I've recorded it, I've showed people. And I won't lie, sometimes I forget, like that one that we did in that fucking, is it Jacaranda?
Yeah.
And I was enemies, as many times as I've sang that track, I still forget the bars sometimes. But it's one of them ones where even when I forget it, it's not like one of them ones I'm just like, now when I forget my bars, it's like, I'll forget it, but I'll still roll with it. Get me? And you won't know that I forgot a bar, innit? You won't really realise that I forgot a bar, but like, I don't know how to describe it right
just
now.
Just kind of cover it up well.
Yeah, I know how to hide it, whereas before I'll forget a bar and it'll fuck up the whole thing. Yeah. As in once I forget one bar, I'm like, trying to catch up again, but now it's just like,
but that's experience. So when you get like experience, and you have these faults when you go on stage and stuff. When you get to like these opportunities,
that's why I thank God for them shows that I did with just 10 people, because they were the ones that, because bro, like some people be like, oh, I'm gonna do a show in the college. No, fuck that, man. I'm bigger than that. I'm better than that. That's how some artists are gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna do this free show. No, fuck that, man. I'm gonna do that for free.
Oh, well, they think they're better.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
You have to start. It's like comedians as well. Like they literally just like bomb on stage when they first like. I've never heard a comedian say when they've done really well the first time.
Man, you gotta fail to know where you gotta fail to know where you need to improve.
It's like a common factor in a lot of. I feel like anything that you're trying to work towards, there's different stages, but there's that big stage where you could do something in a studio, in a gym, in a like training, anything you go to do, you could do that 7 days a week for as long as you want it, but then you get out there and you go in front of a crowd. Like that's why I'm more skeptical now of these MMA shows, even white collar and whatnot, because like these people are taking people in who, yes, fair enough, they want to learn, but at the same time they're throwing them into like these shows where, for a start, they're influenced by drunk crowds, and they have, you know, it's just two people being matched up based on what's put in front of them. They're trying to learn, but at the same time, if you go in and you're walking out in front of that many people, you're not really crafting what the sport is all about. The same way as, like, I don't know how to, if, like, as Q saying there, if you're just making the music and then you're going out and you're putting yourself under something that you're not fully prepared for.
Yeah, I say your first performance is in front of 1,000 people.
Yeah,
you're gonna know where you're gonna be comfortable on that stage.
The fact as well, there's levels to certain things as well. I'm sort of switching back to, it's just something that I get into my head after, especially that last event that I was meant to be going to cancelled. It made me realise, like, there's a legitimate way to build yourself, and one of them, especially for if you're competing, go into actual licensed shows, do it legit. Those, I feel like the sort of put on a facade where you feel like you're getting somewhere, then you go in to fight somebody that's trained from the word, not even say 13, but say 16, and they've been going through national championships or even in the world competitions. I mean, like, and you're putting somebody who's been taught a load of stuff, but they've really been taught a load of nothing. Do you know what I mean? There's levels to it, like, and I just don't. I feel like everything's been a wee bit taken out of proportion instead of, like what Q's saying there. If you have small things building, that's how you make the big things. You don't.
Well, what you're saying. So yeah. So in regard, like, say if you're doing boxing or MMA and they put you in straight away, like, say if you've been training for like a month.
I feel like boxing and MMA is a lot different. I mean, like, I feel like if somebody throws you into a boxing match, boxing's boxing. Somebody throws you into a kickboxing match, kickboxing's kickboxing. Somebody throws you into an MMA match, you don't know what the fuck's coming at you.
No, but it's like if you put someone, like, if you just boxed, like, say you were just like an okay boxer and you just trained for like a couple months, and you put in there some, like, in front of 1,000 people against like someone like a Lomachenko who's like first, like, their first fight or whatever.
Where you have somebody that was training in boxing, maybe they didn't get along, they didn't do as well as they thought they would do in competition, and then they were like, hang on, I'm just going to make a bit of, you know, big quick money out of this, and I'll go back, I'll have my own show, the fighters coming on, I'll make the matchups, I'll send them in to do their fight. But I've seen it where those same promoters, like, the fighters that they've all brought in and they've got them into this whole environment, the fighters are left upstairs to prepare by themselves. They're not getting warmed up, they're not getting, you know.
Yeah, but on them lower shows, man, that's just how it is. Like, you don't really get treated. You don't get treated properly, and you don't get, like, the money. Like, that's just how it is at the lower level. Like, you don't get compensated.
I want to kill that so badly, man. So badly. Yeah, man. I want to kill it so badly.
I don't know, because last time you killed a moth, you broke the light.
You smashed the light, didn't you? Do you remember?
How many times have you done it? Like, you just see the
Where-
light and you just throw things at it.
Where did you do that?
What? I don't even remember
You
this.
did it at Sydenham in Ben's room.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. I remember that. I was there. Yeah. We came back to yours. I think it was when we was with Jack, and I remember we were like, me and Jack came and got him, and there was a fly, and he tried getting it, and he literally just went whoosh, and the light just smashed, didn't it? Like,
Yeah, because I had to give you my lamp because there was no light in that room.
Shit.
I got a black one.
That's what I was talking
Just
to you
put it outside,
about.
man.
Like, I go, whenever I'm in the house, especially by myself, like, sometimes like these wild ideas come into my head, just and then like shit like that there happens. Like,
Yeah,
stuff.
sure.
It's a really good idea to throw
What, the
shit
moth?
at moth and
Yeah.
just break the light.
Yeah,
Well,
well, I'm usually pretty
I saw it like flickering in the light. Like,
pissing me off, my moths, man.
I was a small one though, like
That was
like
tiny,
ignored.
yeah.
See the big ones,
I
they
know,
creep me out.
no.
well,
See the legs all moving about?
remember on Friday night when the
Oh.
daddy long legs, Andy freaked out his daddy long legs, innit? Like, it was
I don't
just in the
freak out
room,
over
innit?
them. They're
That's
cute,
fine.
yeah.
No, this one was wham, to be fair, innit?
Well, the body though.
Yeah, like the whole thing was just massive. Like,
Oh, their
you get that
legs
mess. What? They're harmless, but like,
Yeah.
I literally just grabbed it and just kind of threw it out of the garden. But
You know what creeps me out about them? You ever seen the back of them? It looks like they have a big mad stinger, like something that would. You ever notice that?
You know, moths don't have no mouth. They don't have teeth, mouth, nothing like that.
that's why
Why is
they're
it
called
good
moth,
you
innit?
out
What use?
That's why they're called moth.
I don't know, they just creep me
They
out,
got that
bro.
now.
No, I'm being serious. They don't have no mouth or nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what they do.
I haven't
think
really
they
read
just-
about moth. Like, listen about. I don't really know much about moths.
Nah, I don't
How do they
know. But
survive
some girl talk. I don't know, bro. Apparently they're just like dust or something. What?
No, he's right. He could be right.
Look it
No,
up.
they must have to ingest something. to
There must be
survive.
like holes where they can breathe or something. Isn't it?
Must be a
I've
hole.
got like a sucker
See,
thing.
look,
Yeah,
must
there's a
eat
whole
nectar.
Yeah.
What?
Must eat nectar. They don't have mouths or teeth.
What do they eat?
So how do they breathe?
I don't know,
Got
bro.
a
That's,
nectar.
How do you
Oh,
eat with no
sucker.
mouth?
Yeah, like a little sucker, and they go.
Is that
Go
what
out with shit,
is
isn't
that
it?
what it is? Yeah, just a sucker.
Yeah.
Go out with
Can
shit,
I
isn't
just
it?
take this time to say that Filthy Phrase and Liverpool are a bunch of fucking rip-off artists? I put that order in. I was waiting on it coming there and said it was out for delivery, and now it says the place is closed and the order's cancelled in the fucking store.
What would even be open on a Sunday night?
Just wait and then go to McDonald's.
It's 24 hours to be fair. Just
Yeah, I can do that.
I'll walk with you after we do
Yeah, you
this.
can walk me home.
Sign.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
No,
Walk Georgia home.
don't want to get raped.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's cool.
No, this area is good. I don't see any dodgy people out there.
Oh no,
I
like
see a few in here.
last night there was some noise going outside my flat, like people screaming.
Saturday night though, isn't it? Like
Yeah, like fighting, screaming,
Students-
everything.
students,
Like
man.
I was like,
Saturday
"Everyone
night,
shut
it's
up."
Saturday's just naughty.
I don't hear anything here.
I went on yesterday. I was on, you know, L1 by the like the grass bit on the top.
Yeah.
I was chilling there, and probably about I was just sitting down about I'd say about 15, 20 yards. There was these two guys, right, and one of them was just tripping out on it. Like, he was fucked. Like he was just lying in the sun, and he had like a bottle of vodka. Like this was like 3 p.m. during the day, innit? And he'd been drinking like the whole night, and like security like tried getting him off because obviously they were just like there's like little kids around him and shit. I mean, little kids everywhere. So they tried moving him, and the guy that was alright, he was just like to the woman. The woman was like, "Oh, we need to like, you need to just move, like kind of thing." And he was like, "Fuck off, lady!" Like just fucking just trying to like tell her to piss off and shit. And she was like, "Who are you talking to?" And he turned around and was like, "I fucking hope Russia come here and bomb us." I was fucking creasing. I was literally pissing myself. And he was just like, "No, my mate's tripping, innit? Just leave him alone, innit?" And shit. And he just, the guy, he had to hold him, like, the guy was like standing up, just like, just like running around, like L1. And like the guy just had to hold him back, innit? Just like get him down on the grass and just like that. And he was like, "You're tripping, man, just chill out, innit?" And just fucking, he was a nutbag. We saw him like 2 hours later on the other side of town, innit? Like, because we were there, and then we saw him by St. John's, innit? Just fucking running around like. Do you know what he looked like? He looked like, you know, you ever seen the Bear Grylls video when he gets stung by the bee? His eyes were like that,
that
innit?
video,
He's just like just like running around.
Have you
like,
seen
his
that?
eyes
His
like
face like fucking literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen that Q?
He gets
Oh
stung.
my god,
He gets
I'll
stung
get
by
that
a
video,
wasp,
innit?
and he takes a reaction to it.
You know who Bear Grylls is, isn't it? Yeah, so
Mate,
there's a video of him like going to like these like the most deadliest bees in the world, isn't it? He goes into this cave. I'll just show you the video in it. It's fucking
I feel like that's
crazy.
a regular occurrence in Liverpool. Just for I mean, if I took a walk into a town there, like you're gonna walk past at least 5 people like that right now. Like it's just happening out there.
Yeah, Liverpool's just you just get some
It's a
crazy.
weird place.
One thing I've noticed is though around here, like the streets have definitely. Do you not think even queue around town? There's less people. Drug dealers,
Yeah,
whatnot,
crackers.
everything.
Less.
Yeah.
Really?
There's less hanging about the streets anyway from what I seen the all night.
So he was just in the cave with the bees, and then look at his eyes.
Man looks chink.
Mate, his eyes are
It's literally like he
sharp.
goes like plastic.
Yeah, it looks like a Barbie doll or something.
Yeah.
Nice. It looks like what is it?
Just
What's that?
right, you mind some plastic.
Is it Stargate? Or one of them? Is it
Oh,
Stargate? or
Star
is it-
Trek.
Yeah, you see
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Asian
yeah.
guy. Asian man.
Yeah.
The gay one. That's what he looked like, fam. What's his name, man? I don't know. He's in a couple films.
Nah.
He's bare polite speaking.
I've never. Do you know what? I've never watched Star Trek. You know.
I don't know which one of them it is. I just remember you used
The
to.
bald one?
Yeah.
The players there, Professor Xavier and Professor X and X.
Nah.
No, that's Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
he's
the
not.
Asian
He
guy.
said
Not
he's
that one,
chink.
it's the Asian one.
He said he's saying he's Chinese, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Asian one.
I've
I
done
don't know
watched
his
it.
name, bro.
Yeah, see, speaking about plastic, has anybody seen the plastic surgery that Simon Cowell got recently?
Who?
Simon Cowell?
No.
Look at that.
No, that's not real, bro.
It is, man.
That's not real.
What does that look like to you? That looks like something out of fucking Modern 2 songs.
That's not real.
It is real.
No, I need to see that again.
What do you see
What?
underneath it, right, bro? It's like when
No.
somebody,
Shut the fuck
it's
up.
like when you're about to go into a K-hole and your mate asks you if you're okay, and he's just like, yeah.
No.
Mate, it's Simon Cowell.
Oh my days.
Oh my god.
I'll show you a picture. Give me. What do you see? What he should look like if he didn't get the surgery, and what he does
They
look like.
they
now.
all do that. So if when they look old, his
Not like
business
this.
is gonna
I've
go.
never seen nothing like this in my life.
No.
It's
What
like
the
Sharon
fuck?
Osbourne. She's like 70, mate.
Where do you see?
He
that?
looks like a fucking rabbit.
Where do you see that?
Nah,
really?
look at Arnold Schwarzenegger's mother, man. She's the worst one for all that shit, man.
His mother.
Yeah, what's her name, bro?
How old is she?
Man, no, is she even still alive?
It's
I don't know,
fucking like 70 something.
but nah, have you seen her makeup and that?
No.
Nah, bro.
When have you seen his
He's
mother?
ready. He's ready
Have
for
a
this,
look,
right?
bro.
There's what he should look like, and there's what he does look like.
That's. It. Do you know what it is? It looks like his face is like. It looks plastic where someone's put a lighter near him and it's just kind of like
Plastic
burned,
surgery.
like the
Plastic
wax is
surgery.
burned. Yeah, it's like wax just burnt off him and it's just
see
drooping down his face. Doesn't it? It looks like a waxwork that's just
See
been
that
burnt.
Nah, he just looks like an idiot to me, bro.
He does, doesn't he?
His eyes are fucked.
I just don't get the whole plastic
You know,
surgery
them,
thing.
you know them masks, them like ones where you can see your face, them clear ones.
Right,
They
yeah.
put over their face.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
what it looks like. Is the mask I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Them clear ones, that's
What's
what
the
it
side
looks like.
effects of plastic surgery? Other than
Oh, you look like that,
fucking
mate.
twat for the
How's
rest of your life?
this?
Yeah.
But it's like,
You can't move
You
your
see
face.
it?
Can you
No,
not?
I'm looking.
but like,
You just look out all the
They're all
time.
young.
But it's-
bitches,
but it's
aren't
like- but like girls, like the girls are getting like their lips done now, aren't they? Like,
Which girls have plastic surgery to give me a better? Does Lady Gaga have plastic surgery?
I don't know. There's like, I can't think off the top of my head who's got plastic surgery. Like, but there's fucking
Every
so many.
celebrity.
Madonna?
Kardashians.
Mate, they all got plastic surgery.
Kardashians is one, yeah.
Sharon Osbourne, I think, is one of them. She's got, Sharon Osbourne's so old.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
Doesn't
definitely
look
is.
that old.
Would you get plastic surgery?
No.
Or would you get any kind of like lip?
I'm beautiful enough.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know why I asked that. To be fair.
Oh, it's not even her. What's the one of American Pie? Stifler's mum. Yeah, I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger's mum, bro.
Stifler of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, I thought that was his mum. No, I thought that was actually his mum in real life. Or his wife or one of them.
Stifler's mum.
Yeah, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Is she not got nothing to do with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Right. She's effed, man. Or was it Rocky Balboa's mum?
Rocky Balboa had a mum
Let me see.
in the film?
Nah.
No,
His
he's-
actual mum in real life, bro.
Oh,
Sylvester Stallone's.
Yeah.
You mean Sylvester?
Rocky Balboa.
Sylvester Stallone's had bare plastic surgery.
Have you seen?
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it his mum? Let me see. One of their mums looks butters.
Maybe it's
Oh,
Dolph
man.
Lundgren. Like, I couldn't
Sylvester
see how
Stallone, mate. He's a legend, but he
He
just
is.
looks so like crunked up, doesn't he? Like just
That's a lifetime
all that
of
steroids, bro.
Yeah.
Just like all.
That is a lifetime of steroids.
He's definitely.
Yeah, it's his mum, Jackie Stallone. Look at that, bro. Oh my gosh.
Never see this?
Jackie Stallone.
Oh, you
Look at that.
Oh!
I knew it was one of them ones. I thought it was Arnold
Do you know,
Schwarzenegger.
if she had, she looks like Duella Carrillo from Dalmatians.
Do you know what? Do you know
Like,
what
look at
Cruella
happened?
Deville from
Do you know what happened? Mike Perry's nose the other week. It looks like somebody done it with her mouth in that first one.
Oh,
It looked like it was
my God.
Beyonce. No one ever named cartoons of Donald Duck, and he used to get the beat blown to the back of his head.
Have you seen that? The Mike Perry's nose?
Yeah, that was bad.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
Like a mouth.
Is that
Hey,
it?
I apologise to Arnold Schwarzenegger for thinking that was his mum. But yeah, that is. Oh my gosh.
Sylvester
Hey,
Stallone.
look at this picture where she's got her face like that. Where she's like pulling her face.
She looks like Cyborg in makeup.
Yeah, she does look like Cyborg.
Yeah,
actually.
she does a little
Fucking
bit.
Vanderlei Silva in heels.
And the thing is, her before picture wasn't even that bad, bruv.
Is it? Oh, she got plastic surgery. I just thought she was naturally fucking butters.
But yeah, that like she's 70.
Who's that?
Well, look at that picture.
Oh,
Click on that one where your thing
Fuck off.
is.
That's
The middle one
a
there,
shot.
innit? Look at that one. That's fucking. That looks.
Let's see.
Photoshop. That's not Sharon Osbourne.
She looks like something like Madame Tussauds.
Show us.
Bruh. I'll never have any kind of plastic surgery, man.
Did anybody see the picture
The
of
only
the
time
Rock?
I'd ever have is if like
The
something
Rock?
happened,
The
I
Rock
need to
having
have
his tattoo
some type of
on the
plastic
bottom.
surgery.
Yeah, if like you got like scarred or something.
Yeah,
innit? Like,
even
yeah.
like if I had a scar across my I leave the scar, bro. But I mean like something like
What do you
some
mean?
mad shit has happened where I actually have to get plastic surgery.
Oh, where you've
Yeah. But if it's just
right.
like what man's got a mad scar, like I got cut and I got a scar's a scar.
If you have to like change your identity or whatever, innit?
Nah, not that kind of stuff. I mean like say
You have to.
I fell and banged my head or something and then cut that half my cheek and I got like a hole and said, oh, we give plastic surgery, that kind of stuff, and that's what I mean. But anything like, oh, because man don't like the way I look.
Just get
I'm
chicken
beautiful.
fillet. Just get a chicken fillet. Just
Yeah, but
get a chicken fillet.
But have you seen that whole hole in the mouth thing?
What?
The guy with the hole and he had like the.
Oh, like the hoops, innit? Like
He has the
ear-
no, the guy that has the
Not
hole.
where they purposely put the hole in their mouth.
Nah, the guy that has the disease and he's got like a hole in his mouth and he has to have like a plastic jaw and he just puts it on and it's like magnetic.
Holy fuck.
Whoa.
Have you not seen that? And he can take it off and it's like half of his.
How did that happen?
It's a disease, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, have you not seen it?
No.
Yeah,
It's not
some
like-
man in it. He's got
ever
some
seen
disease and he's got
Skyfall?
like he can literally.
Skyfall.
Oh, that's like poison. Is that a disease? No, I think that's like
That's
poison.
not a disease, but I think it'll be like the same.
But he
effect
can literally
as
take off like half of his face, just takes it off and it's
Yeah,
magnetic.
it's like when you have like dentures and you take it out and it's like half the face just comes apart when you take
Yeah.
dentures out. That's what it is in like
Yeah.
Skyfall.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about though. You know the people do the thing with their ears, like get them stretched.
Yeah, nah.
People
Oh,
start
stretches.
doing that with their cheeks.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
best friend's got that. His cheeks pierced.
No,
Yes.
but I mean like
Yeah,
there's
but
no,
it's stretched.
there's like
Yeah, no, we're not talking about.
Like
I thought you meant like.
Yeah, no, that's weird, fam.
Oh, imagine
So
that
they
if you
can-
just look at someone, you just see their
so they
teeth
can
like.
They put their tongue out there.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
See that's a big thing on what's wrong with the fucking society today. Like people think that it's acceptable to do shit like that. Like see, the more I've got listening to likes of Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro and all them boys, you see those and you see how well they can like pick out different things and like explain them and talk about them, and then you think about the things they're talking about. Do you ever see some of the people that then like the think they just have this thing that like if you have a belief or if you have a pursuit you can just go and do it, you know. I'm a boy but I think I'm a girl, I'll go and get a sex team. That's gonna fuck the world up someday, you know.
I don't get what you mean though.
Like shit
Bro,
like that. How you think that
The
is
world is only
acceptable?
fucked because nowadays, yeah, they're even doing the point where your 5-year-old child can tell you he's a girl. You got a
Exactly.
5-year-old boy telling you he's a girl. How the
Nah,
fuck do you know
you
what you
fucking
are,
said
bro?
that,
You
said
haven't
that,
even
you
lived
said-
life yet to tell me you're a man or female. You're birth, you're a kid. That's it. Live your. I know you're trying to say I want to get a sex change at 5 years old, fam. What the fuck is that shit, bro? Nah, man, that's how you
Should
know.
be
the
watching
world's
fucking
fucked.
Mickey
People
Mouse.
take that subject so serious these days. I think like. It's
Nah,
Yeah,
bruv, you
it's
see, for me,
serious.
I feel like anybody can be whatever, do whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be in it. Like my kids, if my kids come, if like my daughters now, if they come up to me when they're 18, Dad, I want to go out with I like girls. I don't give a fuck, bro. If you understand me, or Dad, my son can never come up to me and say, Dad, I'm gay. No offense, people.
Nah.
That can't happen, bro. Not in my genes.
Even
anyway.
with a girl, you could have a girl saying
Nah,
But you gotta be like,
My
if he
daughter,
was.
if my daughter comes up to me and says she's gay, I'll accept it.
But how does that feel?
No, but if he
Like,
was though, if he was gay, you'd
It
have to
couldn't
let.
happen.
Yeah, but what do you?
No, it couldn't happen.
No, what do you mean it couldn't
Not
happen?
if it was.
No, if you had a son and he was like,
I
yeah,
agree.
you're telling me you'd be like, no.
No,
Yeah.
that's. I'll ask the brother like, who was you fucking with? Because this ain't my song, fam. Because that's not in my
That's
What do you mean, fam? Maybe it happened to you,
no,
fam.
Dave.
It can't happen to me.
No, but you're telling me that if your son like came up
That's
to you
what
and was
wouldn't.
like,
That's the thing, it wouldn't.
He would. No, it's
What
just
do you
the way
mean it
is.
wouldn't?
I'm talking
Bro,
about
I-
yeah, how do you know he wouldn't?
Because I trust, I know myself, I know my G's. Nothing from myself can come out to me and go, Dad, I'm gay.
I think if you raise him up in the environment and stuff, then it won't be. But like, so saying that's impossible. You can't say it's
It's,
impossible.
bruv, I'm telling you right now.
Right, if he has a boy that 18 years
It
later,
couldn't
like,
happen, fam. That's the thing, it couldn't happen.
I mean, do you not think that's a big problem? Wherein if everybody was gay, right? Say you had all boys were going with boys and all girls were going with girls. Where the fuck? Like that's the end of the world. Because who's going to have any?
Literally. Nah, bro,
Plus-
this is what I feel like. In my head, I feel like, bro, you see what, yeah, every girl's a little bit lesbian. Lie to me. Lie to me now.
Nah, it's
Lie to me.
I can't
Every girl's a little bit lesbian, bro. But for boys, it's like, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Like when you're straight and you're a boy, you're like, it's different. It's like if a girl asks me, do you think he's good looking? I'll be like, bro, don't ask me that, man. Not know like, oh no, that's gay to say a guy's good looking. Like if I see, I can see a guy and think, oh, I know that's a good looking fella, but don't ask me, is he good looking, fam? You understand me? Because it's different. Whereas a girl, you can say to a girl, oh, she's good looking, and a girl will say happily another girl's good looking. But boys, we don't do that unless you're fruity. You understand me? But I don't know how to describe it. Like it's different for boys and for girls, isn't it? For a girl being a lesbian or thingy, yeah, it's like cool, whatever, man. Do your thing. But when it's a boy being like nah, bro. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind gay people, like you can be gay, just don't do it around me. That's my one, fam.
You can be gay, just not in my son.
Just personal space, like.
I'll be honest, but I don't know. Maybe like for you, yeah, you might think like I couldn't like, bro.
But like, if you had a son and like,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Right.
If you had a son and for some reason he came out in 18 years and told you he's gay, cool. It couldn't happen though. That's what I'm telling you, fam. That's what I'm saying to you. My son, for my blood, my flesh and blood, my son, Junior could not come out in 18 years and tell me he's gay, fam. No way. Because I know the way I'd raise my son, fam.
Imagine Q's reaction if that happened. His son come up to me, it's like, Dad, we need to sit down.
Dad, we need to talk.
And then we need to talk. And then Q's thinking, it's like a girl talk.
It's DNA test, fam. That's the next thing I'm doing. Before anything else we talk about, I'm doing DNA tests.
He tells him and he brings a fucking Uber to the doctor.
The doctor's like, this is your son, and Q's like, no, give me that.
Well, I'll go for a second opinion.
Swap baby.
I'm like, bro, this is your mother.
Do you not think a big factor today though is like you could have all the influence you want, but see whenever you send your child into school, fuck knows.
They want to introduce school kids about
sexual health and that,
being like transgender
from young.
They're like 8 and then they realise that you can switch genders, and then everyone questions what
this is what's like, bro. You see the system here. You see school. I'm going into a whole different topic right now. You see the school system. I feel like school is made, and the system is made to distract us.
Yeah, it's a prison.
It's made to distract us.
They tell you when to go to the toilet.
Bro, like from when we're born, literally, from when we're born, we're put into a system, you understand? Obviously, when we're first born, our DNA, whatever, they take our names, they take our thingy, they know
you're a barcode, the minute you're born, your birth certificate, cool. You're a barcode.
Then we're told when to sleep, when to wake up, when to eat, what appropriate times to eat. We get put into a routine. Cool. When we go to school, we keep to that routine. When we go to secondary school, we're kept to that routine. We go to college, we're then kept to that routine. When we come out of school, we start working, we still kept to that routine, because work is, what is it? You wake up 9 to 5, you have your lunch at this time, you have your dinner at this time, you go home, you have your tea, you go to bed, you wake up, do the next thing. It's all for the system, and you understand me? And I'm saying, like, when I say school is put to distract us, you see all this next mental, like they start saying about all this, not mental health, I mean fucking sexual, and all this transgender and all this and all that, innit? That's like, because they know that nowadays, innit, like we're starting to think outside, that we're starting to think more about, bro, we don't really need school, we don't really need this, we don't really need that. So let's give them something else to distract them. Let's not, bro, because when you're in school, what do they tell you? You need to get your GCSEs, actually won't get a good job. You need to do this, actually won't do. No, you don't, bro. Bro, if I could go back now, a few of my teachers would be getting slapped in the face, fam. You understand me? Because my GCSEs, they help me with shit. Like, when I get a job, when you're looking for a job, tell me when the last time you actually had to tell them about your GCSEs. As long as you got maths and English, what else do you need? Yeah. Did you have to take, I got a B in geography? Nobody asked you that, fam. You understand me? Nobody asked you about what you got in science and RV and all that shit. You understand?
They don't really teach you, like, how to, like,
they don't teach you how to get a mortgage.
Real life,
you understand me? How to get an actual, when you actually leave school, like even now, you go into uni. When you leave uni, like my cousins, they both finished uni, got their masters, everything. What can they do now?
You're in debt too.
They ain't done nothing with that, because school doesn't teach you anything about that. It doesn't teach you how to do that, because they want to distract you. They don't want. You see what is here? We need to be like. They want that working class percentage. They don't want you to feel like, nah, you don't need this. You can go out there. learn what you want to learn, make your own money, start your own business, start doing this. Don't want to teach you all that, because if we teach you all that, we'll all be independent. We wouldn't need the government, we wouldn't need the council, we wouldn't need this and all that. You understand me?
Yeah, so what you're saying is like there's so many more opportunities now for people where you don't need your GCSEs.
But then they start putting these other things into school from young ages as a way to distract us, so we don't think, oh, like my parents are out here, yeah, they went to school, they did all this shit, they're out here and they're still struggling even though they did all the things they should have done in it. So they put this there to distract us in the way like, instead of us talking about, look at our parents, let's try and better ourselves, innit? They're trying to say, okay, let's start talking about transgender now, because I know it's a big situation. Like, bro, right now we're just talking about sexual health. I mean, not sexual health, transgender, blah blah blah. Look at all of us now. How everybody can have a little conversation about it. You understand me? And you'll forget about everything else. Understand? Because, bro, when I'm in school, if I was in school now as an 8-year-old child, imagine you're 8 and you come to school and you see your friend who's a boy dressed as a girl, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Or you're not gonna be thinking about anything else in school. You're gonna look at him like, oh, look at John over there, man. Yo, look at John. That's what you're gonna be like all day in school, and then you're distracted. You go to school the next day, they're gonna teach you something else about it. You're distracted again. You get what I'm saying? That's bro. All I'm saying, when my kids grow up in it, if they tell me, Dad, I don't want to go to school, cool, bro.
I've always said I don't want to to school.
Cool.
But you know it's not, don't you? And you know why?
What?
You know, if you don't send your kids to school, you're either fined, prosecuted, or...
Yeah, because they want...
Do you know why? And see what you're saying there about that. You're right about that. And there's a documentary about that where the school system was designed...
to distract...
I think it originated in America, but it was designed around the big corporate, like the likes of the Rothschilds.
Yeah.
They're the ones that created the school system.
You see, prison is...
They are the big pharma. They're the ones...
Prison is just... You see when slavery finished? Prison just overtook slavery, bro. That's all it did. You understand me? Like, really and truly, like you see when they put prison, like, I'm not just talking about going away from the school and that, but you see, like, when, okay, so say now, you're a drug dealer. Cool. What, as a drug dealer, what are you doing that's wrong? Answer me this. What are you doing
Depends
as a
what
drug
drugs
dealer?
you're selling.
Depends
who you're selling them
either
to.
way, what are you doing that's wrong? Because it's not like you're forcing it upon the person. That person is calling you for a service. They're asking you for that drug, you understand me?
From a government point of view, no
Nah.
tax.
No. Forget about all that government point of view. As a drug dealer, yeah, what you're doing is not really a big deal. But you would get longer in prison than a rapist.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
But because in their eyes, it's like, as a rapist, okay, cool. A rapist, you're forcing that thing up. Bruv, if you ever get raped, yeah, I know that that whole situation will change your world for the rest of your life, innit? But then the rapist is gonna come out, and all he has to do is put himself on the sexual offenders list.
4 or 5 years.
For whatever thingy, innit? Because the system, they don't really care, because they know a rapist, I'm not even trying to be racist here, but they know that rapist isn't really, they don't really care about that rapist because he's not the main majority of the people we really want to enslave, we really want to think. It's more the people that...
They're ripping the government off directly. Like drug dealers, that's the reason why sentences are...
Dealers, mostly people from like lower income, lower poor backgrounds, them people that don't really have much. Like a lot of rapists, they're not really poor kind of people or thingy people. The people that you would never know you wouldn't really know who a rapist was, because a rapist would be somebody who they'll be like someone that might have a good job, might thingy, but they just see a girl and think, I must have control over this girl, because in their head they're more powerful than them. They think they deserve better than that person. So it's like you don't have no choice. You understand what I'm saying? So
I think it's force someone upon yourself, like that takes a bad mind, like twisted.
It does, but it's that mind where you think you're better than that person.
It's not even being better. It's just being. No, I know what you're saying, but it's more powerful. Like, that's what
you feel like you're, because I'm a greater species than that person. That's the way I see it. A rapist isn't somebody who feels low about them. I don't feel like a rapist is somebody who feels low about.
I think you'd have to kind of look at like what are the backgrounds of rapists to get arrested.
I don't really know the background of rapists.
I mean,
really
like you're talking there at the same time where the rapists and whatnot, they're sort of under those rules, but it goes bigger than that, because yes, that's a crime, it's a very serious crime, but it's not dealt with in a way where if you're a drug dealer and say you're caught with £1 million or even a few £100,000 worth of cannabis, like intent to supply and whatnot, you're done there as you're doing the government directly, like you're being hit. But then you go outside and you look at what happened, like different countries, like whenever the banking crisis happened, the bankers were the main reason why the whole thing collapsed.
But
there was no regulations in place to sort of back up if everything did go to pot. But the bankers ruined the country. The bankers ruined the country for everybody.
Yeah, but the fact that the thing
they
is,
didn't get penalised. They either got sacked, they got maybe fined.
That's because this is what I mean by the prison is another way of slavery, fam. Because the people that they're trying to imprison is not the people that are rich and have things. It's the people that are poor, nobody cares about. And then them people that are gonna think, okay, let me go. I'm in prison right now, innit? There's nothing I can do in it. You get me? So these people will work for the government. You get me? Do whatever they need to do in it to earn that little bit of money to keep themselves all right in prison. Whereas when you're rich, you pay them. That's it. You're done, bruv. You pay them a little bit of money, you get a lesser sentence, or you get to go to a nicer prison. Get what I'm saying? Or you got like what them lower level prisons, isn't it? Like minimum security prisons. Get what I'm saying? Whereas bruv, you can get caught with a spliff. And they're gonna give you a couple months in prison because you're smoking a spliff. Why don't you just put that person in the program to try and help them to not smoke weed as much? You understand me?
Just do it.
That's the way I see it.
You know what I mean?
That's the way I see it, bro.
I mean, like see that whole thing, and especially I've noticed as well. Typical example, Black the Ripper.
Is it Sweden, or is it Sweden or Switzerland? One of them places where they don't have prisons.
Yeah, Switzerland. No, it's not right because they sent all their back. That's it.
No, it's Amsterdam. Is it Amsterdam, Netherlands? One of these places where they don't have prisons in Europe. They don't have prisons. They have like these recreation places.
Oh, is it not Norway?
Is it Norway? I don't know.
I know it's not.
It's one of them European countries, and they don't have prisons. They have like these little like centres where they take them and help them with whatever their crime is, and they actually help them with it and torture the people and that.
Like education.
Yeah, it's just putting them in a place.
Yeah, I think like the thing is with the governments like England and all that, they don't want to fund something that they just don't think is worth their time. I reckon that's what they probably think.
It's so, bruv. They make so much money with this prison, bruv. They make a lot of money with the prison. Because, bruv, think about you doing community service. That's free labour, bro. That's free labour. Okay, cool. I give you 100 hours community service. Clean up the streets. They could have paid someone to clean up the streets.
Exactly.
Get what I'm saying? That's
and
what it is.
And you're not in a cell using up tax money to burn electric.
Yeah, but then like you're just
replacing
police officers to look after them. Like,
but if you get someone that's like murdered people and like all
that's
that, if you get someone that's murdered people, you're not gonna let them do like community service like on the street. They're just gonna try.
Bro, like this is what I say. This is what I think to myself. Like with certain crimes, yeah, instead of you locking that person up, putting them in prison, that you should do things to try and help them, better them. Like, bro, a homeless person can get arrested just because he's homeless and trying to eat. So he goes and robs a store for food, and he gets arrested, goes to prison. What? Because my man's homeless and wants to eat. You understand me? So you're gonna go put him in prison. Then what are you gonna do for him? You're gonna take him back. Once he's served his sentence, you're gonna put him back on the streets to get arrested again. Come on.
Yeah, that's like a vicious.
Get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Like them kind of people, I feel like you should help. Like there's people that are crazy out here, bro. That are just like mentally crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think the government even like want to bother their time with people.
This is what I mean. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like about prison, bro. It's just
there's a flip side to that as well. Because you look at, like you said, there are people that are mentally crazy, but like there's a lot of famous people that are mentally crazy too, and only they were able to like you look at Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson only had that guidance going through. You're trying to say Mike Tyson wouldn't end up in jail.
All celebrities are a little bit.
Exactly. Because to achieve that, you have to be correct.
Everybody has demons, but the fact that celebrities are in the front light, like you look at the ways like the likes of even Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, like they were affected. Like that is raw, natural talent, and then you get it thrown out on the media and whatnot.
What you got to think though is that like when you're in your teenage years, you're kind of like
going through a lot.
If like when you're teenagers, you want to go out and you want to like do stuff in it, and like what is there to do as a teenager? Like when you get like these bad areas, when you get these like bad areas, and you get these kids that like their families just like telling them like to just go outside and play. Like where are you gonna go play? There's no like social clubs. There's no like anything for these teenagers. And then they start doing bad things. They start like making stuff from a shop. Then
what's wrong with like a boxing club or a football?
But that's what I'm saying. Like
how many of them is there? I know you got to think about it. Not everybody's a boxer, bro. Not everybody's a footballer.
But I think
that pay for all of it.
Exactly. Not everybody has the money to pay for it.
Like that's one serious note there, but at the same time, funny. You'd think football clubs will help, but in our town back at home, there's like football teams. They all play in the park every Saturday.
Yeah.
So like right from whenever my dad was my age, like even whenever they were coming up, like you look at even the likes of the biggest football, like Roy Keane, like was serious,
Yeah.
he's committed, blah blah, hard work, blah blah, got it. So now, like one of the boys was saying he's come back, he's was away for 3 years and he came back. He's like the senior team, yeah, everybody's driven, committed to their team. He's like the under 19s or the under 18s. He's like they're warming up and they have like these speakers in the change rooms and they're just playing these beats, just partying. After the game, right? There's a bus that usually brings them home, say they're away. The speakers on the bus, but there's like people sitting with packets of fucking baggies, just like taking bear drugs, and just like, and these are like people are 18, 16, 17, 18,
That's
and that's a football team.
Yeah, that's
like,
what.
after a game, just like
Yeah,
getting
that's
completely
what-
off their head on.
But that's-
It's not even like they think they're taking all this coke and shit. See now that like it's flipped to the younger generation. They're taking shit that they think, they're told, oh, that's coke, that's speed, or that's pure. They've all these different names for it.
But
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And like at 16, 17, and 18, like whenever your mind's meant to be developing, and like that's going on, like that's going on down the fucking, like a 10-minute walk away from my house on a Saturday morning or a Saturday evening or whatever the fuck time they get home at. Do you know what I mean? Like, you think that's what the kids are going through now?
But that's what I was saying. Like when you're like 12, 13 and you're teenagers and you start like going to secondary school, you get more friends and you're getting older. You want to like do stuff and like, whereas what is there to do? Like if you're on the street, you just get involved in like
Smoke weed.
like get involved in drugs. You get involved in like bad stuff.
Literally.
Like if
My
you're on the
brother's
street.
I won't
just
lie.
turned 15, he just plays Fortnite all the fucking time, and we said get off Fortnite, but then it's like, wait, what should he actually do?
Yeah, exactly. like you have a little sister. Like what does she do?
She just goes sit in her boyfriend's house and watches Netflix
Really?
or drinks.
Bruv, you see
What
what
is
these
this
days?
shit?
16.
These days, there's nothing for them to. There's nothing really. That's why I'm so glad that we were brought up in the 90s. Them kind of what I was anyway.
You were throwing a ball off a curb, or you
That's what I'm
were
saying.
wrapped
Literally,
around.
there was-
I used to love my
There
childhood.
wasn't TV was like there was TV, but it wasn't like them. There was like certain times for us to watch. Like when we come home from school, like we
Yeah.
have like an hour
Yeah.
of where there was actually like good TV or before school in the morning. But like after like certain times, there's nothing. There was no TV, so you want to go out with your friends. You want to go do this. You want to go to the park, play football. Yeah, and we had like little BCA centres and like little fucking social clubs. So we could go there like on a Friday night. I used to go to a social club on a Friday night. Obviously, I was only like that till like 8. So by 8, I'm going home in it. But I used to go there with my friends, chill for a little bit, and it was calm. But then when we got a little bit older, and it's like that was like when I was like, let's say 14, 15, 16. When you get like 17, 18, 19, you start thinking you're a bit too big for them. And then there's nothing in between for them ages. So it's just like, what can we do? And that's the time we started like stealing cars. I'm actually being serious, but like stealing cars, just drinking on the streets, causing trouble. Like,
So wait, you
playing,
went from what were you doing when you were 16? You went from like
legit, like literally
playing
from playing football in the
fucking,
park and all that
like,
kind of shit.
jars.
Literally, because there was nothing for you to do, bro. Like, you get me? Like, when you're that age, innit? Because you got to understand, when you're like 14, 15, 16, you don't mind chilling with like 14, 15, 16 year old. But when you get to like 17, 18, 19, it's like, it's only your age group, and then you're too young to chill with the olders, and you're too old to chill with the youngers, innit? So it's like only your age group, but then you don't want to go to BCA no more because you don't want to be chilling with the fucking 15, 14 year olds at fucking youth club. And then you can't get into clubs yet because you're not all of your friends are old enough. Like when you're like 18, 17, some of your friends are still 17, some of you are 18, so not all of you can go out, innit? So you're not old enough to go into clubs, and then the clubs there, like, you're a little bit intimidated because they're big men going to clubs now. So it's like, at that age, you really ain't got nothing to do, so you just start doing dumb shit. That's when you start getting asbos and shit like that, or you just like go to the park and just, you're drinking in the park, smoking weed, and then you got people calling police on you because just a bunch of kids smoking weed in the park.
Yeah.
Or that's when you start selling drugs just because you can't ask your mum and dad for money no more. But then you getting a job, you can't really get a job because no job's gonna pay you the right amount, really and truly. Well, at my age, them times when I was my age anyway, there was no jobs really and truly you could get that would pay you the right amount. And obviously it's one of them ones where you're working, you're going to college or something, so, and you're doing all your A levels and all this shit, you got coursework to do, so you don't really have time to be getting a job. So it's just like, bro, there's a lot going on at them ages, and I feel like, you see, like, I was talking about school as well, you see coursework as well, but like all this, like say, like right now, you lot, I didn't go uni, you lot, so say you're going through uni, your first year of uni, you don't really have much help. You just literally, I don't know how it was like.
Don't
You're
help
put
yourself
there.
much either.
No, first year is just a DOS. Like you just
That's what I mean. You're put there, but what do you do? Because there's nothing for you to do. What do? You go out drinking, getting fucked, meeting new people, and just doing whatever drugs you can do in it. Am I lying?
No.
I never went to uni, so I don't know what it
It's
was.
pretty, it's, yeah, like, that's literally the year, like first year at uni is
because
the year
you got nothing to do, bro. And it's
you
just
got
like,
a lot of free time as well.
that's what I mean. So you got nothing to do, and you're just thinking, fuck it, bro. Let's just get fucked. So we need more things for like.
That's why school should
17, 18, 19.
creativity. So everyone has their like little.
Like they have like hobbies, like something they can do in their meantime where they could just like channel their energy into something. Like for instance, for like boxing or like music or like something like that.
I always play tennis.
Itself. Like you look at people that then develop without like
No. Okay, cool. Play. Okay, yeah, but just sitting there playing Fortnite isn't programming, is it?
Yeah, nice.
But like, what did you do when you were?
I told my brother, that's the only thing I could think of when I told him to get off Fortnite was I said, learn how they fucking make Fortnite.
That's what
what did you do in your teenage
That's another
years?
problem where the day.
What did you do?
See YouTube.
I hung out
The
with my
problems it
boyfriend.
presents.
Oh yeah, because you were in a relationship for years,
Yeah.
didn't you?
5 years.
Yeah, and the people always
That's
want to
mad.
stream something onto it as well. Like it's.
So exactly. So you had a boyfriend for 5 years because that kind of occupied you for that during that time.
Shagging.
But I think also what influences that is support, like from your family and the environment that you're in, man. Like they're two massive factors I think going towards like if you're an upbringing and stuff and like what you do like on the outside as well.
No, but you can always say you're upbringing and stuff, but bro, I don't feel like you're like really and truly. Come tell me how many of you that your parents know everything you was doing. Right. Your parents must have thought you was.
No, to be fair, I have a great relationship. I pretty much tell them everything.
Every single thing you've done.
Pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
Pretty
Alright,
much.
so you're one of our what 5 people here, bro. You understand me?
Yeah, right. Like, I literally,
like,
my mum was very
it
like.
can be one of them ones where your parents are a factor in that, but a lot of kids, bro. When I left my bro, I remember I could be at home, yeah. I'll be like, yes, mum, yes, dad. When I leave my home, fuck you, bro. Who the fuck you talking to? when I leave my house, you understand me?
Oh, I see.
So,
That's
what I mean. Like, I'm
no,
not saying-
probably not when I was young. Like when I was like
That's
12,
what I mean, like, bro.
probably not. But when I got to like 16,
Your
17,
parents, obviously.
But like no, I agree. When you're like
closer to your parents, innit? But when you're young, you don't.
right,
tell
yeah, no.
Like,
Right, okay,
mom, dad, I'm going to Ryan's house. What are you doing at Ryan's house? Oh, we're gonna play a PlayStation. Next minute, you Ryan smoking spliffs and all this and all that. You get what I'm saying?
No,
That's what I mean. So
okay.
your parents that can be a factor, but bruv, you see what? I feel like it's your friends. That's the main thing. Like I feel like.
But it's like if you were like in a group and say like you started hanging out with these people that smoked and then you were the only one not smoking. If you're hanging around with enough, you're gonna start smoking.
That's
Like
what happened to me, bro.
Yeah.
it's just
Legit.
like. Yeah.
My first time I smoked was peer pressure. Was a motherfucker. Literally, I just remember I just. No, I take some more key. I was like, nah, I don't want it. I got a match tomorrow. I used to kick more like that. And I never smoked, bro. And the next minute, I was like, and I was like, you see what? Next day, I was like, yo, bro, I felt high when I got home. I was like, do you want to get some more? And it all started, bro.
Yeah,
I
I started smoking roll-ups like when I was just hanging around with Miran. When I was just like, because Miran lived next door, so when I used to just hang
He
around.
didn't smoke there, did he?
What?
Miran?
Yeah, when he was 16, he started smoking.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, I thought we were weed.
No. He like was doing roll-ups with this other boy he used to hang around with, and then them two used to smoke. So I used to just be around there all the time, and I'd just be like, "Let's have one."
Nah, you see what I just think it is as
And
parents.
it goes on and on and on. And you're just like,
I just think you need
Don't
to
know what
keep
the
an
fuck
eye
I
on your
know.
friends' kid, on your kids' friends. That's it. Like look at their friends, which really have as friends for. That's
make
what I'm
sure,
saying.
what, not gay, no.
You can have a gay friend if you want, bro. Let me not lie. One guy I was very close with in school. He's now gay, bro. But I always knew he was gonna be gay. Let me not lie, because the way he used to move in it. But I remember the first day of school, me and him had a fight because he beat up my cousin. Then I backed my cousin, and then I don't know who won that fight. Wait, I don't know who won that fight, to be honest. Obviously, if you're
Between
here,
you and this gay
won.
fella?
Yeah, well, it wasn't gay.
Was he gay at this stage?
Nah, it wasn't gay at this stage. You're just a big fat fucking black motherfucker, bro. That's all he was at this stage. And then my man, literally, I remember the fight in it. I've gone out to a minute, boom, one bomb in there. And you know the ones where you feel like you dropped the guy with the first punch? Because he was bare stumbling like this and about to drop in it. So I've walked away thinking I'm big man on campus, bro. Like, you know the ones that you walk away like, yeah, one Bob Q, fam. Next minute, my man just comes from behind me, picks me up, throws me, fam. I'm like, rah! Boom, bang my, you know, fucking water fountains. And back in the day, the water fountains.
Just land on that.
Bang my head into that, innit, yeah. So I'm like half like, next minute, he just sat on top of me. This guy's a fat motherfucker. I could not, man. My man's punching me in my temples, bam, bam, bam. I won't lie, for like 2 seconds I passed out. And then as he's getting off me, innit, I just woke up in it like, come on! It was where you just like, where you just go mad. So I'm like, come on! Grabbed the minute, just bam, me and him started fighting it, grabbed the chair, boom, chair. Then obviously teachers have grabbed me, I started fighting with teachers, and obviously they broke it up in it. And then yeah, but either way, him, like, he was one of my good friends. Like, after that fight, like, the teachers made, because like my schooling, they were weird in it, like, because it was only the first couple of days of schooling, they actually put us in every class together. They wanted to try and force us to be friends, so they put us in, like, we had like maths together, we had English together, like most of our classes we had together in it, and then we just actually became friends. It was actually alright, but my cousin did something to him. I didn't know what happened in it. All I knew is he hit my cousin. So in my head, you hit my cousin, that's it, bro. But it was actually my cousin's fault in the end, innit? But me and him, we became close, innit? But you know them ones where like you used to chill with the girls and used to be a bit, and you used to like make up stories about what he did with girls, but then you asked the girl, like, no, I don't even know him.
Yeah.
Kind of things like that. And then blah blah blah, then he came out gay after school, innit? And I'm just like, bruv, like, I don't mind gay, that's what I mean by I don't mind gay people, innit? But can't be my family, bro. Well, can't be my direct son. Maybe I got a gay cousin somewhere, I don't know. Don't give a fuck, but not my son. No.
I asked my brother about like Derek Wood, because he was at school. I said to people, come out as gay now. Because no one in school ever used to come out as gay, did they? They always waited till after. He said, there's loads of people who are gay now. Like, just say they're gay.
How old's your brother?
15.
So,
But he said like pretty much everyone that's gay or that he thinks gay just says they're gay.
Yeah, but nowadays it's like, you see back in the days, you had to hide being gay.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's just like, bruv, like, look, this is another thing I don't get, like, I do not know, like, obviously cool, you're gay in it, but why do gay people have to do that gay shit? Like,
be camp, you mean be camp?
Like, yeah, people have to do gay shit.
No, they say they're gay, but then they change their personality.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like, bro, like, I do not know what person came out of their mother's womb walking like, and all this, you know what I mean, like, nobody walks like, alright, cool, you can be gay, don't mean you have to do all this. Nah, man,
Like, there's gay and then there's
that's what I mean.
You know.
That's what I mean, but I don't mind. Like, when I say I don't mind gay people, I don't like, bruv, I don't mind them kind of gay people where you're like, even some of them at work, innit? I'm cool with some gay, like Gary from Soho. I love Gary, bruv. I think Gary's a cool guy. He's just like them gay people that have to be.
He's not in your face gay.
That's what I mean. I just hate them gay people. Like, you see, like when I work and then heaven staff comes, some of them are like, I'm like, let me do a search, please. Oh yeah, and all this. So I'm just like, bro, why? How do you have to do that? Like, I understand you're gay, cool, but now if I say something now, yeah, you're gonna start going, oh, you're homophobic. No, you just make me feel
uncomfortable. That's why they do it. They can get attention, and you can't say
I'm
that.
not gonna lie, like,
I definitely think because it's to recognise
how many
that they're
times
gay,
on the
innit?
door,
Yeah, it's
so
attention.
I've turned
Do
away,
get
I'd say,
something.
at least 20 people for being gay, like outright gay in your face. I
would never.
I'm not going to have you in here
I wouldn't do
affecting the
that because-
happiness of anybody. You
Nah,
know,
I wouldn't do
just
that
affect
because-
my happiness, and if you're going to do that to me,
Nah, I wouldn't.
That's the worst thing that's ever been said on this podcast. You should ask me.
I refuse people entry because they were gay.
I wouldn't do that, but bro, do you know how many like?
Dude, if you
Just-
affect my
nah,
happiness,
just
you
don't
can
find
affect
it.
somebody else's happiness
Nah,
inside.
but
you know what I
bro,
mean?
everybody affects each other's happiness somehow, with it, like, bro.
No, but being gay and in your face about it is a wee bit different, do you not think?
And did you
Like,
think
put
that?
it this way,
outside
right? You look at it, if somebody was a creep, right? Somebody's a creep on a
I know what
girl,
you're saying.
fella's a creep on a girl, so
Yeah,
a boy's a
you're
creep
gonna-
on a...
yeah.
Exactly,
I know what
it's the
you're
same
saying,
thing.
But this was
Just think
this
because you're fucked up in the head,
imagine
you're getting away.
Friday, 3 girls and 1 guy came to the queue and boom, Irish. This, you see what I hate Irish people, you know. No offense, but you lot piss me off.
I thought me and you got along pretty well.
Nah, like just like when you lot come
General.
out, it's like you lot think because you're Irish you can't be drunk. What do you mean, bro? You're still people. Like, well, I'm Irish. I drink. I don't give a fuck, bro. You
Yeah,
can still be drunk.
I've heard that a few times, even
You
in
get
pop
me?
world. Yeah,
Like, I was like,
Let's
so
say
basically
that
they
shit
came
like
to the
that.
door.
Drunk, sort of, yeah, there's
They
so
came to
many
the
people
door.
say
I was like, there was two of them looked fine, innit? The first one that came, she looked fine. Checked her ID, boom, boom, boom. Second one came, checked her ID, boom, boom. Let her in. The two I'm like, you two can't get in. Started kicking off. Oh, you don't let him because he's gay. How the fuck do I know he's gay?
Was that
bro?
on Walk About?
No, this was on Friday.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
how the fuck do I know he's gay? Like, oh, you clearly because he's gay. I'm like, bro, the guy's wearing jeans and a shirt. He's not walking around saying, I'm gay. You understand me? I'm just a normal human being to me. I'm not letting him because he's drunk. When he's walked towards the door, he's been stumbling. When he stood there, he's leaning. That's drunk to me. If anything, take him away, give him 20 minutes, come back if he's alright, let him in. No, you're not just homophobic. Bro, it's not like my man came to the door like, hey, I'm gay, you get what I'm saying? Like, my man just stood there. And I'm like, so what? You're telling me that now what? I'm not going to let somebody in because he's gay. How does that make sense when we've got gay people working there and you get me, and go check inside, there's gay people inside. I'm just like, bro, you know, just go away, man. And they're like, oh, it's like me not letting you in because you're black. I'm like, oh, so now you want to be racist. I'm like, bro, I'm like, but you're being homophobic. Like, how am I being homophobic?
Do you know what? There's
people
a
get
funny...
racist like that nowadays as well. It's like, seeing if I work the doors, they'd be like, oh, you're Irish, yeah, like, oh, like potato, and all straight in your face. It's like, would you walk into an Indian or a chip or one of them kebab shops and walk in and say, oh, I'd like an onion bhaji. Nah, you wouldn't because it's racist as fuck.
You fucking would.
And you
definitely would. You definitely would.
Nah, see, after the amount of people that have said to me, like, oh, I'm saying these stupid words in this fucking... Who goes about saying shit like that? I want to know.
Now you talk about it, right? I was at work the other day and someone told me this story, right? He was working at a bar in London and his friend was next to him just surfing, right? And it was like a club and these three black girls, like pushed the line. They were like causing like really like trouble in the line or whatever, and they were getting to the front. And then the first girl was just like shouting at everyone, blah blah blah, I'm in the front, blah blah. And then she went to the bar and was like, I want this. And then the guy was like, I'm not serving you, you just pushed in. And then she goes,
oh, because I'm black.
Because I'm black, right? So the guy, right, was just like, wait a minute, got his phone out and went like that. And then she goes, what am I looking at? And he's like, that black woman, yeah, that's my wife. And he was this white guy in it, shut her down in it, like in front of everyone in it. Everyone started cheering and clapping and shit, and told him to get out. I ain't serving you.
See in future,
it's good though, because if you're gonna push in and barge through, and then you're gonna use that.
Yeah, for anything.
Nah, let me tell you stories on the doors. You see the doors, yeah. I won't lie to you. I hate black people on the doors, bro. I hate Look,
people getting in or people...
Everybody who's listening to this podcast, yeah, this is me, Q. I hate niggas on the door, man. This is me open and nah.
He just topped the worst thing.
Nah, listen. That's the red button. Let me tell you why. Open like that.
We need to end before we
Let me tell you the reason why. Like, some of you are alright in it, but you know what I mean when I say niggas. You know what I mean when I say niggas. I don't mean black people, I mean niggas. You understand me? Nah, there's a difference. There's a difference. Right, there's a difference. Nah, if you're a nigga, you understand what I mean by the difference. There's black people that will come to the club and just be like normal people. They'll go queue up, pay their money, go inside, have the drinks, leave. Normal people. Then there's niggas. You come to the door, they'll look around, they see everybody else at the door be white and think, then they'll see me and start smiling. Hey, my brother, what do you say you like? That's what I mean by niggas. I hate them people because when they see me and they see, okay, cool, like I'm a black guy. When you see me, cool. It looks cool, innit? So they come up to me like, hey brother, what you saying? Like, obviously the queue's long. Like, what you saying? You're my brother. You're gonna push me in the queue? I'm like, bro, I don't know you from Adams. You understand me? Like, I don't know you. Go queue up. What? But like, bruv, I'm not like these man though. The queue's long, innit? What? You're not gonna look after, man? Who are you, bro? Like, who are you for me to look after? That's what I mean by I hate niggas. I hate them kind of people where because
they try and suck up to you, like
because I'm black and they're black. They feel like I should now do them a favor. I hate that shit.
Even worse. People that think that they're. I'm not going to say that word because you know, obviously, but people that think that they're.
I don't care about them people, but I just love them.
Even worse. The ones that walk about like they are.
Let them people be who they are. People will be. Look, this is what I say. Yeah. If you don't want to be you, yeah, that's just wasted, innit? You understand me? That's all you can be is you, innit? Yeah. So if you're gonna try to have somebody else, then let you do you. You're just a waste of space in my eyes. I can't bother with you.
Before. So if your son's gay, like you're not gonna let him be in then?
But he couldn't be gay. That's the thing. This whole gay situation, I know people can be gay. I understand that, innit? I understand that. But it's like, could you wake up tomorrow morning and be gay?
No.
Exactly, because you know deep in your soul, nah, bro, I don't look at man like that.
Yeah, but you ain't like.
That's not
I know deep in my soul.
Yeah, but you don't have a son.
Yeah, but listen, I know whatever I produce, my blood, my flesh and blood, my whole body, my every atom of my being cannot produce something like that, fam.
Like that.
It can't happen, man.
I won't let him in the club anyway.
Yeah.
I'll let you in the club, man. Go do your thing, man. You get me?
What, your own son, if he's scared? Let him in.
It's not
No,
my
you
son.
won't let him.
No, you wouldn't let me in the club.
He's not my son, what do you mean anymore?
He comes to the door, he's like, hi Dad. He's like,
Daddy.
I'm like, who's daddy, bro?
Like, yeah, Dad, let us in. Like, who are you?
I'm like, hey, your mom a hoe, bro. I ain't daddy, bro. It's not me, no. That can't be my son.
That's a good way to end.
right.
Your mum's a
Yeah.
hoe.
We'll wrap it up. So Q, you got your gig September 20th, didn't you? At the
Yeah,
Olympia.
man, September 20th. Check me out. Spooks Artist on all socials. I look forward to hearing from you. And I'm a nice person, man. Don't let this podcast deceive you, man. I just have strong opinions about shit and I don't have a filter. That's it. But yeah, man.
Yeah, give my man a follow. What's your Instagrams?
Spooks Artist on Insta. That's SPOOKS Artist. I'm sure you can also spell artist. None of us are dumb out here.
Right, my guys, nice one, Aaron. Nice one, Q, eh?
Nice.
Nice.
Sweet.
Safe, man.
That was fucking